Be who you are proudly.
You're an amazing mother.
Thank you.
What have you seen that has been a struggle for young women today?
Okay, well, something that I've noticed recently is that for little girls, I think that no matter how you look, we should be trying to instill into them to be proud of how they look. Recently, in the media, it's almost been like a push to, it's not just making young black children feel proud of themselves, but it's almost like doing that and at the same time telling other children not to be proud of themselves. And I don't want any child feeling that way. So for little girls, I don't want what was done to little black girls done to little white girls. I don't want it done to any girls. I want all the little girls in the world to know that you are unique, you are beautiful, you are you, and you can compliment another girl, you can compliment another woman and still know that you are epic and amazing.
Charlamagne, are we live? Are we live? Are we live? DJ Envy, are we live? Are we live? Can the people hear my voice? Cause I'm at the Breakfast Club and I'm addressing all the lies.
The point of calculating another person's difficulty compared to yours will benefit no one.
Next. It's literally what I said. Next.
All right. Well, we know that Nicki Minaj is saying that black women should not make white women feel bad for their beauty.
So that's what I'm gonna play the clip because I'm gonna make sure that I'm responding to what somebody actually said. I don't know what you
Am I
just said.
tweaking?
I have no clue if you're tweaking or if she said that.
No, I'm telling you, bro.
Hold on.
We felt that we were not being represented and not being admired for our beauty. If we felt like that as black women, why would we want to do that to other women?
If we felt that we were not represented or admired for our beauty, if we felt that, why would we want to do that to other women?
Why would we now need to make other people downplay their beauty so that we can feel, no, that's not how it works. I don't need.
Why would we need other people to downplay their beauty so I can feel good? No, that's not how it works. I don't need. I'm just making sure I'm getting it verbatim.
Someone with blonde hair and blue eyes to downplay their beauty because I know my beauty.
I don't need somebody with blonde hair and blue eyes to downplay their beauty because I know my beauty.
I don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
What is she talking about?
I don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
What is she talking about?
I'm gonna give you guys.
No. You were talking for a while, so what I'm gonna say is
yes.
But y'all niggas ain't looking for context. You don't know what she's talking about. She's talking about Sydney Sweeney ad. She's talking about the same thing we talked about.
Ah, okay.
It's clear, and that's why.
That was a question that they asked her about the.
I didn't watch the Erika Kirk fucking special.
But it was the Sydney Sweeney ad.
That's clearly what she's referencing, bro. It's clearly what she's referencing.
Okay, that's important.
That's very important.
That's important.
That's extremely important.
Are we talking about the good genes?
Yeah,
the good genes ad.
And so what is she saying then?
So
because I felt no way about the good genes. I thought it
but
was
a lot of people did.
That shit was like.
I do know that it was canceled.
People were in outrage about. I don't see any black people that were. Me personally, in my algorithm, I don't see any black people that were outraged about it or claim that she needed to downplay her beauty to make them more comfortable. I've never seen that.
I'm gonna tell you the content I saw when people were talking about it. They were Indian ladies. They were
white.
They were other ladies. I'm just saying, like, it wasn't all, I didn't see these
and shit.
long videos of black girls saying, oh, they were wrong. But I was like, good genes. I was like, okay, I could see where they would say that because, you know, whatever. But I feel like this is also saying next, like, why are we still talking about every little micro?
So here is where
aggression.
I think that actually people do need to hear this, because people do need to hear the phrase, stop comparing yourself to others.
Well,
if she didn't say that clearly enough, guys, because let me see, I know what people think she said. People think that Nicki Minaj said white women are oppressed. People think that Nicki Minaj said black women oppress white women.
That's how it's being clipped up for social media.
People think that Nicki Minaj said white women are marginalized. People think Nicki Minaj said white women are more beautiful than black women. Nicki Minaj said, girl, you are beautiful. Don't worry about them. And this is why it's so important to clarify, because people are outraged instead of hearing the positive message that the girl was trying to deliver.
They're not going to hear it because she's talking where she is.
Yeah.
And
immediately, and it's not crazy. It's just normal. That is the most normal thing.
But also, without context, because we live, you know, and without someone actually going to do the research to see what question was she asked, what prompted her response, it does sound like she's accusing. It does sound like she is accusing black women of targeting white women. It does sound like that.
And that's why I wanted to start with the Dave Chappelle thing, because he told us, stop theorizing. If you really not at that level to use your brain like that, stop. Say, I don't know. IDK. Because this is where it happens. People run, and then they influence the next person to run alongside of them. And now we're in a total, wait, why are we running?
Well, people's attention span isn't even good enough for that. Basically, they're like, she's at Turning Point America, and she's Trump representing out of, not gonna say out of nowhere, but that is what it's all coming back down to. It's coming down to being political as a black person, period.
It boils down to the fact that we don't respect a black woman to have a political opinion in the first place.
Yeah.
It comes down to the fact that we don't expect a rapper nor an artist.
I mean, that's kind of what I was saying. I don't think they want to hear that from her. I feel like somebody else could have said it and it would have went over.
No, but you was right. You can't say it at Turning Point. You cannot stand next to Erika Kirk,
right,
who black people didn't know of 3 months ago.
For sure.
You cannot stand over there.
But I also never heard black women asking white women to diminish their beauty, to downplay their beauty like that.
That is what, but
you heard it when you heard it when we said Kim Kardashian ain't all of that. We was doing that first. You heard it when you
black people embrace Kim, like, for the most part.
Black people don't hate on black women. Don't hate on Kim Kardashian.
I'm not saying no, but a lot of them,
a small percentage of them don't hate on her. Most black women hate Kim Kardashian and love her at the same time.
I don't know about that. But
she wouldn't be able to be popular, but I guess they ain't all white people.
What? Okay, so
now that I've added context,
that's important. As a black woman, did that? Do you ever feel as though you need to? You feel me? That white women need to downplay their beauty to make you feel comfortable?
I don't think about white women in comparison to my beauty.
Bro, are we really doing this, bro? Are we not? Are we really acting like black women don't run?
You're asking me a black woman. He just asked me. And you're trying to answer for me.
I'm not trying to answer for you. I'm trying to answer for what I see in the culture.
But
it is very clear at all times that blackness is compared to whiteness in America. A black person...
I don't compare my beauty to a white woman. That is what he asked me.
Well,
do I need that?
It get too deep. Look.
I want to know... So this is... Okay, is Nicki like just full on... MAGA now? Is that what's happening?
I think that is more of what the conversation is and what people's anger is with Nicki. You're full on MAGA now. How can you be supportive of black people? And I think that is what right now, because of what MAGA represents as a whole to most people. It does not represent the building of our community, but the toying and the kind of making fun of, and then also the tearing down of certain things to people, whether they are educated. Most of them are uneducated. For the MAGA supporters and the people who are against it are uneducated. They have not looked and see what represents what, but most people are not political. So we got to realize that a lot of this is going off of feeling, and people are feeling like, Nicki, you're on the wrong side.
So were you're Barb?
Huh?
Are you a Barb?
I've never been a Barb in my life.
Okay. What you about to say something?
You know, I became a Barb when Shorty co-signed Donald Trump. So,
whoa.
You know, that's when I signed up. You know, I'm a real
What year?
MAGA.
What year was that?
3 months ago when she co-signed Donald
Oh,
Trump.
you talking about, okay, so this...
It wasn't 3 months ago. I just saw a clip the other day where she's been very kind of open about her support of him for a long time.
So I saw this timeline of, like, Nicki, right, and her political comments. But she told y'all, you know, I'm a Republican voting for Mitt Romney. You lazy bitches is fucking up the economy. She told... But no.
You know I was just joking just now, though?
No.
That's the thing. You see?
Why is somebody supposed to know you joking?
I did. I knew you was joking.
Okay, so this is the thing. That's the interpretation of everything. You're right, Ash. It is a super emotional thing.
Yeah.
Politics is dead ass devoid of emotion.
I understand that, but what feeds politics is you can't
100%
say that.
free.
You can say so. You can say that, but they feed off of emotion.
It should be.
MAGA feeds off emotion. The people who are against MAGA feed off emotion. They feed off the emotions of the people. They feed off of misinformation. They feed off ignorant people not going and educating themselves on what does what.
It's deeply tied to also your values and like your beliefs, so which you have strong feelings about.
Okay, so when the forefathers came together to create the country, what was it based off of? A contract. What's emotional?
When they got people to vote. Then they had to steer the vote. That's where the emotion comes in.
Ash.
Chan.
Yeah, fam.
That's where the emotion comes in. How are you leading people, especially if they're uneducated and they have not wanted to say, Democrats do this. This is Trump's plan. They have not read his plan. They have not read what tax cuts are coming. They have not read anything. They don't know what Obama did. They just know we voted a black guy in. So I'm saying they feed off of emotion and ignorance.
I feel y'all telling me what people are and what they do. And it's just like the conversation that we had before we started the pod. I feel you that bruh got finessed. But it's a finesse, fam. If you're not listening, if you didn't read the policies of the president, that doesn't make you right. That doesn't mean everybody should follow in your footsteps and not read the literature and then make a foolish decision based off of momentary emotion. Most people who did see the clip of Nicki Minaj don't know the context.
That's a fact.
Which is literally what I've been saying.
That's literally, and I've been saying that we are in agreement. So there literally should be no contention between me and you. The fact that we don't know the context is okay to most people. It's appropriate. And because most people don't know the context, the few people who do need to readjust their opinion, that makes no sense because they have the information. So what I'm suggesting and what I'm frustrated with is that as a community, instead of striving to learn, we are cool. We're okay with saying, well, I didn't have all the information. We need to move off of what I knew. That doesn't make sense.
Well, when you provided the context, that actually did shift my opinion on what I was prepared to say.
But understand that I had to fight through y'all ready to just turn up. I had to assert myself and say, but this is important. And I had to be around a person who's intelligent enough to hear what I'm saying. The internet ain't like that. The emotional masses ain't like that.
That's true.
They're going to talk over that assertion.
Yeah.
But the information still is deeply important to making the correct decisions. So I get that we dislike that Nicki Minaj is over there now. But what do we dislike about her thoughts? What do we dislike about her opinions? Not who she said them to or how she said them. Do we disagree?
I feel that maybe people can speak for them, because when you say black women, you're inserting yourself, and I don't know.
I haven't said black women.
Not
I've
you.
been
She
very
said
careful.
black women.
Okay.
She said black women.
Yeah, I'm just making sure
I
y'all
don't
know.
think that black women needs to be validated. I don't play the clip again. I don't want to
misspoke.
Or yeah, but that's what I gathered from it. I'm like, well, you can't speak for all black women because all black women don't do that.
Well, she didn't. What she did was she spoke for everybody in the world when she said, "You don't have to compare yourself." She didn't tell black women how they feel. She didn't say you feel like this. She just merely said to the person who may, "You don't have to compare yourself, boo. I believe in you. I'm Big Nick. I believe in our beauty." I want people to hear it like that.
So, okay, you said, when you say, do we disagree with her opinions?
Her opinion in this matter.
In this particular situation, I don't disagree with the fact that you don't have to ask someone to downplay their beauty to feel confident or better about yourself. But I think to even say that publicly is just like, it's kind of asinine.
Is it really?
Because it really implies that like a majority of black women are doing that, and I don't see that. But
I'm gonna say the most unpopular thing. What kind? Okay, bro. I did a project in school where we had to say what is the race of this person. We're looking at the back of their head. I walked up to different people, took pictures of the back of their head. What is the race of this individual? The majority of the time, the answer was Caucasian. The majority of the time. I went to the University of Memphis, in Memphis, Tennessee, which is like 70% black. The majority of the time, it was a black woman. The reason why they thought there was a Caucasian woman is because of the hair pouring out of her head. From the back, you see that weave, you see that wig, that doesn't look like black beauty. I love black beauty. This is black beauty. That shit on your chin, that's black beauty. The shit on the top of your head, that's black beauty. And if you bring your little two girls up here, we see they puff, that's black beauty. So I'm not gonna pretend that I don't know for a fact that I had to compare myself to JC Chazé in order to figure out how sexy I was as a kid. I had to compare myself to JTT. I had to compare myself to Justin Timberlake. Until I finally got a little Bow Wow. Until I finally got a representation that looked like me, I had to compare myself to Macaulay. We're looking at these images, and if you play like you're not comparing yourself and you never did, and if that's honest and true, I support that and I feel that. But if we do the baby doll test that we've been doing for 100 years, the black girl is gonna pick the white baby doll. So guys, I support blackness in all of its styles. But what I don't support...
Baby doll test? I'm gonna have to look at that.
The baby doll test is when you hand a child, any child, a white baby doll or a black baby doll. Which one are they gonna choose?
Yeah, I heard of that.
And what are they gonna say about the baby doll to describe it? This one is nice and kind. That one is mean and bad. The majority of humans, not white humans, not Indian humans, but black humans too, say this one is good, that one is bad. And so what Nicki Minaj is saying is not a lie. If she's saying that black people compare themselves to white people to figure out what their status is in life.
Asking them to downplay their beauty.
If she said status,
that's the thing. But we could move on from that.
Downplay beauty, I'm like, that's what got me on that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we'll The last thing I'll say is that
say your piece.
It's like no matter what you do to appease a certain group of people, they'll never give you a seat at their table. Like that's the last thing I'll say.
So you think that's what?
You think that's what you're saying, or you just think that's one group? Because I'm trying to get a seat at you cool kids. You guys.
There's one group in particular. You're not gonna get a seat at the table, no. So that's a fact.
Hey kids, don't listen to this guy.
No matter how
you can do anything you want to do in races.
Chuck and jive all you want.
Zero
but,
part
listen, they not gonna. They not with it.
You can prove this man wrong, kids.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk told you she wasn't a good role model for young black
Nicki
women.
Minaj is not a good role model for young black women.
This is how they really feel about you, sis.
We can just go to what
is Nicki Minaj a good role model for young black women, bro?
No, but
she's not.
No,
I don't think any rapper artist.
That's not racism.
No. But I'm saying that's ironic that she's there when he, you know what I'm saying. Charlie said that about her not long ago.
Hey guys, when I have a kid, I'm gonna point to the TV of Heaven on Earth Society, and that guy sitting on the right side. I'm gonna say, never act like him. Act like the guy you see here. It's a character. Nicki Minaj knows that Nicki Minaj is not a role model for the young black kids. That's not racism.
I'm not saying it was racism.
If black people are not telling their kids Nicki Minaj is not a role model, they need to watch more Charlie Kirk.
I'm not saying it's racism, but most recently